Today we are going to show you how to replace the hydraulic ram for your Porsche top. This covers 996 and 997. When your ram fails, this is how you fix it. I'm Justin and this is Husman Bros, and we are today here with Cousin Tom in Cousin Tom's lair, which is air conditioned unlike Cousin Rob's lair. And so Tom, show us how to do this. All right Tom, why are we replacing this?
So the seals of this were leaking, which was actually leaving a puddle down here, and you can actually possibly see how it's kind of moist back here where the ram oil was running out. So you can buy a new one from Porsche for about $2,000, or you could send it off to rebuild between $200 to $500 at various shops.
Oh, so there's multiple places that do this. So if you Google rebuild 997 ram, you'll find an answer.
Yeah, convertible. This is a convertible hydraulic ram.
Okay. Excellent. This is actually pretty easy. I've seen you do this before, right?
Yes.
Fairly straightforward. Now, but we've already got the car apart, but we'll show you how to put it back together, and then that's how you disassemble it. But let's show you how easy it is to replace this ram part.
When you begin to remove the old faulty ram, you must put the top into accessory mode. And it's also easier to remove the braided cables from here and then the other side and put this up in the service position. You notice this is up like this. This is called the service position. So to put this in service position, you start to open the convertible top until this reaches the height, the maximum height it will go. So once you actually put the top in the service position, you must remove this wire. It actually connects here on this side, and it also connects here. And once you disconnect this cable, you can push the window up out of the way so you have access to down here where the ram actually is installed. And as you can see, a lot of this is already removed, because to completely remove the ram, you also have to unloosen the hydraulic pump that runs the ram. And you can see they have red and blue. So when you put the new ram in, you need to match red and blue. Now we didn't have to rebuild the driver's side, so it's fine, which is why it's still hooked up just like this. So to access all of those parts, you first must remove this cover. And it actually is up under this lip here, and it's held in by two plastic press-on connectors. And once you remove that cover, you have full access to everything you need to work on the hydraulic ram mechanism for your convertible top.
All right, Tom, you were messing around with this thing, and it looks different than when you started.
Yeah, so if you see, the ram consists of two pieces, the tube and the rod. So when you actually start to install this, you're going to have to align this tube with this. As you can see, there's a groove in there, and that's where the alignment pin for the tube actually goes. This actually goes in there. So you're going to have to adjust this when you're installing a new one so that it actually will drop into that hole. Now when they're fresh, they don't have any oil in them, so it's very easy to move them back and forth. So this rod has two holes in it, and these two holes are going to go into these two rods. There's one up here at the top, and then there's one way down in there. So the two nuts that hold on the rod actually are 13mm nuts. There's one for the top and one for the bottom. So the way to tell which of this is going on the top and which on the bottom, the top pin actually has a machine groove in it. And that's where the armature for the top will actually connect. So we've got the rod kind of put on the studs here, and the next step is to actually get this pin into that groove there. And that will, you'll need to move the rod slightly up and down to actually get it back in there. As you can see, we actually have the pin in here now in the groove. So the next step is to put the 13mm bolt all the way down there and the other one all the way up here. Okay, so one of the things to consider is to make sure that the bottom part of the rod and the hydraulic cable is actually in the down position, so the cable isn't kinked. So the next step is to put the two 13mm nuts on to hold it in place. Once you get the hydraulic ram in, then you have to make sure that you have these clips to actually hold the hydraulic lines routed. So there's one here, and there's one there. So the bottom one goes into this clip, and then they both go in this clip. So the routing of the hydraulic lines, you put it under this frame support here and make sure that it's actually under all of this right here. So when you put the hydraulic pump back in, that the lines are not on top of the wiring harness and the cable mechanism for the convertible top. And it's always good to put a rag under here because this has hydraulic fluid in it. and you don't really want the hydraulic fluid leaking on your convertible top mechanism. When you're putting the hydraulic lines back on, you need to make sure that the washers, that if you don't have new washers, the old washers actually go on just like this. So there's a thicker washer that goes against the body of the hydraulic pump, and then there's two smaller washers, and they go on around both of the fittings, as so. And when you're putting them together, you need to make sure that they're kind of pointed north and south. So also on the pump, it's written in, it says red and blue. And when you take this off, it's going to be a bit under pressure, which is another reason to have a shop rag underneath it. So all of the excess fluid won't spill down inside your car and will be caught by the rag. So to tighten up these fittings to the pump is a 12 millimeter socket. And don't over tight, just tight enough. You just want to kind of crush these copper washers. And like I said, make sure that red goes to red, blue goes to blue. And on most pumps, it actually is written red and blue on the pump body. So as you can see, now that the fittings are all put on there, so the next step is we're going to rotate this under here, and this bracket will actually fit on these two studs here. As you can see, we actually put this in here and got it on these bolts. You have to kind of rotate it. It's best not to remove this bracket when you actually first uninstall it, even though it looked like it might be easier, it's actually not. You actually have enough room to take this, rotate it out this way. So now it's time to remount the hydraulic pump, and there's two studs as we said before, and it requires two 10 millimeter bolts. So now that we put on the 10 millimeter bolts to hold on the pump, now it's time to put on the linkage that connects the hydraulic ram to the convertible top. Now you may have to move this ram up and down a little bit to get these pins aligned so they go on here, and you can't put this on backwards because the pins are two different sizes. And then you have these two clips that go on here to lock it in, and they slide on just like that. These are pretty easy to get off. There, so that part is done. Okay, the next step is now we need to refill the hydraulic reservoir to about halfway. So it actually is a 4 millimeter hex. We need to unloosen it. And you can see here, this is the fill hole for the reservoir. So we're gonna put fluid up to the very bottom of that hole until it starts coming out. And it's always best to put paper towels under there to protect your car. It also gives you a good indication because the paper towels will turn color when the hydraulic fluid hits it, so you know it's running out. So as you can see, we put the white paper towel here, so it will catch any excess hydraulic fluid when this starts to run out. So to fill this, I actually have just a syringe with a rubber hose and hydraulic fluid, CF11S. So you can use this or the Porsche approved hydraulic fluid. So now that we have the syringe filled, you just put the little rubber holes in the hole. It may take 2 or 3 syringe fills. And another tip, it's like if you actually have that out, you actually could turn it up and actually fill it before you put it in there. I prefer to put it in, fill it while it's in place. So the next step is to actually bleed the hydraulic system because we just put the new ram on it. It has no fluid in it. So all that fluid we put in the reservoir, some of that will get put in the lines and we'll have to refill it when we're done. So we're gonna have to cycle the roof a couple of times to get all the air out of the system and add more hydraulic fluid as it gets put in the lines. So you don't need to add these cables right away until you're actually close to getting done with the job. But a rule of thumb is to actually take the top and lower it back down so it doesn't interfere with this lifting piece here. Otherwise, you could actually end up with a little bit of damage in the roof, just like right here. And as you can see, all the air is going out of the system now that the top is starting to lift. And we actually may have run the reservoir somewhat dry, so you can actually help the top this away. And like I said, you have to put it in the service position, so you can actually look through the back window and make sure that that shell goes up as high as it can go, like right there. So you'll be able to actually flip the back window up. You know, bleeding it, we've actually used quite a bit, so now we're gonna have to stop and actually put more. We're gonna repeat that process until the system is fully bled. So now we've cycled the top about 10 times to get most of the air out. We've actually added about 3 more syringes worth of fluid. So the next step after you've done that is to actually put the cables on. They're just ball and socket joints, as you can see. And they'll actually go, one will go here, and the other half is connected to here, and you have to make sure that you actually loop it through here. Okay, then you lower this down and if this actually doesn't go down easily, it means that you don't have this in the high enough position to clear the convertible top. And as you notice, we're leaving the liner out because I want to drive it for about a week to make sure that the reservoir stays completely full and to get the rest of the air out of the system. So in about a week's time, I'll unhook these again. I'll put the liner in and then put the car completely back together.
Okay, that's the process. And for a change, I actually had someone working on his own car, not working on my car or someone else's car. If you enjoyed this video, go check out more videos on the 996. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.